Hi guys, welcome back to the Duck Box. Erika here. We're gonna be covering Memphis regionals and uh, stuff that happened there. Probably gonna start off with what happened with Michael Long and cheating in the game in general, and then honestly something I didn't think was an issue, but apparently some people see it as the team stages. Starting off with Michael Long. For those of you who don't know, I started off in the video game. I played VGC for several years, 2000 like 8 or 9 up until 2 years ago when I decided to play only the TCG just because I liked it better. And after we had a season of legendaries, the Age of Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre, it was just bad. Now, for those of you who don't know as well, the VGC has very obvious cheating. It's something you're going to notice very easily when you're sitting down because it's either going to be screen peeking, which is where your opponent basically is trying to look at your screen, see what you're going to pick, what you're going to do, what you have. Or it's going to be a disconnect, where they try and move their system away from yours, or in a way that causes the system to disconnect, which causes the game to end. Which normally would end in a quote-unquote tie, which normally would either be done in a sudden death match or something of that type, because we don't really have ties in VGC. But with VGC, I've noticed a lot, cheaters are not really caught, except for on camera a lot of times. For example, I remember the first video I saw was 2 years ago, I want to say. It was a guy playing a Mega Mewtwo deck. He actually borrowed the deck from the friend he was playing at the time. And they caught him, he used, I believe, an Ultra Ball to go grab a Mega Mewtwo. And then, while grabbing the Mega Mewtwo, he pretended to be searching his deck, and then looking at his hand, he grabbed, as well, a DCE and a Shrine of Memories. It was bad. I mean, I can't imagine cheating against your own friend with their own deck. That's just another level. But his opponent didn't notice it. The streamers didn't notice it. No one noticed it until they watched the video and they saw him grab it. Now, with Michael Long, that has happened before. He was accused, I even think this was at Worlds, where they saw him stacking. He basically he saw the top cards of his deck and then continued to shuffle in a way that even if his opponent cut it, it would keep the same cards on the top and the bottom. He has been accused a lot over the past year or two, because he's played Greninja consistently. Like, that's the only deck he's played. It's the only deck he's played all season, and he's done well with it. Like, more consistently than most people would expect Greninja to ever do. And this time he actually got caught with it. The story that we know, or a story that's been passed around at least, was that he went and he sycamored, and instead of discarding the Greninja break, he made it either fall into his lap or he had already had it under there. And a judge saw it sticking out, and when he passed by, he told Michael to put his hands on the table and stand up. And it was there. He was DQ'd, obviously, and ever since then, I've seen a lot of people writing for his ban. I know he's lost all of his points, and honestly, at this point, he does deserve a ban. He's received so many points and so much award money over the time, and you can't really discern anymore when he was cheating and when he wasn't. For all we know, he could have been cheating the whole time, or just the occasions where he was caught. But overall, cheating is a very big issue in this game. It's very easy to do. It's very easy not to get caught. We do have a lot of judges. That's one thing about Memphis that was very good. They have a lot of judges on the floor, a lot of judges that were paying a lot of attention to what was going on the floor. And while that may be hard to do at every single event, judges being there do prevent a lot of cheating. Like in this case. But overall, it's still, you as a player as well should be able to pay attention not only to what you're doing, but also what your opponent's doing. Because while there may be judges, someone's always going to miss something, guys. We're human. Humans make mistakes. Humans have errors. But you're going to want to watch what your opponent does. Doesn't matter who they are. Just still keep a level of respect with it, but still watch what they do. But, the one thing that did really bother me that was brought up after everything had happened and got on Facebook, someone actually asked, what about Raymond? And this was on Burbank, I believe. I thought they were trying to make a joke or something. I didn't know he had a younger brother, who was apparently in the junior division, I believe. And I've seen it a couple times where it's saying, well, he probably learned from his brother, he's probably going to do the same thing. That's a kid, guys. Michael Long is 15, 16. By now, he should well know not to cheat, not to do certain things, just overall. But his brother and his family should be left out of it. And Michael Long in general, honestly, he should receive the ban. I'm glad he lost his points. He deserves the ban if it does come. But actually, I did see a judge put up on Facebook, someone who actually knows him, his daughter is actually friends with Michael. They've known each other for a while when they were in seniors. He basically said that he hopes Michael does not let this moment define him overall as a person, and that he learns from it. Because I understand, like, he should be old enough to know not to cheat, but at the same time, he's still technically a teenager. They don't make the best decisions. Their minds are not fully developed. And hopefully he takes something from this, because he probably won't ever play Pokemon again. But if he does, at least he'll do it the proper way, without cheating. But that's basically my opinion on that. Just be vigilant. It is what it is so far, but try and help prevent the issue. Now, the team stages. I was actually surprised that bothered some people. I thought it was a really cool idea. I did see when Jordan put up our first video about it, we actually had someone we knew arguing about it. Tim O'Connell, he stated that none of the team players played each other, which they did. It may not have seemed like it because no one was honestly paying 100% attention to them at all times, but it was a nice thing to see. Because honestly, I looked at it as like, here are these top level players who have played well enough to earn a position on a team where they're basically almost, I don't want to be saying paid to play, but they receive the certain benefits of being a sponsored player. It's something that a lot of people strive for when they play a card game. For example, like, we're on a smaller scale right now, but if you look at Magic, they have so many pro players and pro circuits that it's something some people actually strive for when they go and they play the game. Now, I've played for the love of the game for a very long time. Like, I've played Pokemon. I think the first time I ever had a Pokemon game in my face, I was 3. My cousin was playing it in front of me. He just let me mash the buttons and everything, but I got silver. I had cards at one point, and I just kept on from there. But honestly, to see all of them up there and getting to basically see, like, you can get there if you do the practice and you play well enough and you work for it continuously. Because I did see a lot of players I actually look up to. For example, one of my favorite players is Pablo Mesa. I love Tablemon. I love his videos. I especially watched him when he did VGC content. I actually got to play him in one of his videos before going to U.S. Nationals 2 years ago. I got horribly wrecked, but it was fantastic. And super nice guy. But you see these players who've played for a long time, who know what they're doing, who oftentimes are often writing articles on Decklist or how to better your own game. That's just something to me that they have worked towards to earn. I mean, yeah, it's a little weird to see them basically split out from everybody else. But at first, the main reason they did it was for these swag things they were doing, where if you got up onto a team stage and you beat one of the players, they were giving you a swag bag, which was a really cool idea. I can understand the point where people take it as, well, it's very intimidating to have to be separated from the entire floor to go up to a stage. But that's not the only stage there. There was 4 or 5 stages there, if I remember correctly, because I remember there was ARG, No Limit Gaming, CCG Castle, someone's PC. There is another one I'm forgetting, I believe. But there's that. I mean, in Pokemon, if you do well enough, there's going to be a point where you're on stream, and it's very, very... I know it's more intimidating, I think, as a card player. I've only been on stream as a VGC player, and if you ever look up Kansas Regionals, Hydro Pump misses, just a heads up. But it's intimidating in general. You have two judges watching you on either side. You have a camera going, and while you have the headset on, you can always hear the commentators. Almost always. Because actually, I judged in Collinsville last year. I was the VGC judge. I was the floor judge for juniors and seniors. I was the head floor judge. And then I went on to be a stream judge the next day on day 2 for top 16 masters? 32 masters? I don't remember. I believe it was 16. And I remember one player put on his headset and he goes, "Oh, it's just noise." I think it was his first time on stream at that point, and he could literally hear not only the crowd, but he could hear the TCG commentators who had already started, as well as the VGC commentators. So it's a little bit more, you're hearing everything while it's muffled, but you're still hearing everything. Like you know the people are there, you know people are watching. It's an intimidating thing. But that's something overall you have to get over with, because honestly, to be able to play a game competitively in a professional way, you have to have you have to have some form of confidence. You can't be either overconfident and cocky or underconfident where you question yourself so much that you can't make the proper calls. So, in my mind, if anything that those I forget the word. If anything those stages did for me was it gave me the idea to try and push and strive towards something. Because I know I've played this game for years, I would love to be on a team if I could push myself to that next level and get anywhere near where those players are. But overall, I do think we're going to be seeing them again. The teams are always there. If they're not on stages, they're always wearing their jerseys. You guys, most players know who they are by now. I mean, you look at the names and you recognize them. They've been playing here. They've been here forever. What else about Memphis? But overall for Memphis, that was one of the best run events I have seen in a long time. I would put it up there with how Yeti runs their events. They're my favorite if you guys don't know, St. Louis player. But they were very on schedule. The only thing that really annoyed me was lunch was late. We didn't have enough time for lunch. We literally tried to go get Subway and we stood in a line for about, I think, 15, 20 minutes and it didn't move at all. So we had to go basically search up and down the street trying to find a place. And we didn't find a place to eat until like, I want to say it was like 2:30 and I think we had to be back in our seats at 3 or something like that. Somewhere in that time frame. All I know is we had 30 minutes to attempt to eat and get back. It was hard. But overall, I am so glad I spent money to go to this regionals and that I went and I played what I did. I enjoyed it. I got to spend time with my friends. I even got one of their very, very nice hoodies. And they actually had really good vendors. I actually spent the last day there, Sunday, just looking for stuff, trading some stuff, getting rid of some stuff. They were always polite. They were really nice. They were always helpful. I never had someone go, "Well, what's this? What are you looking for?" And it was actually Top Cut I went to was the very last vendor I sat at, and I sold cards, and they just were like, okay. You know, we're counting them all together. Yeah, this for this, this for this, this for this. Broke it down for me. Paid me in like under 15 minutes. Even when I had a guy walk up, and if you guys don't know, it's kind of a very big no-no to like sell your cards, especially in front of a vendor, to someone else that's not a vendor of any type. It's really rude. Don't do business that way. Like, it's the same thing in a card shop. You wouldn't sell money to trade money for cards for somebody. You'd normally trade cards. or buy them from the store. It's just it's a rude thing. And they were just very quickly. I looked at the guy and I was like, no, I'm sorry, I'm selling them to him. Like, I would rather sell to the vendor than anyone else. And the vendor looked at him for a moment. He's like, yeah, don't do that around here. Like, he wasn't you could see he was angry or annoyed with it, but he didn't overreact to it. Because, some people don't know. Like, there's people that are just getting into the game that don't 100% know. I don't want to say, like, proper etiquette, but, like, at least manners-wise, what you should and shouldn't do. But yeah, great event. Well run. Interesting new things that I've never seen at it before. Those team stages, in my opinion, are still really, really good. But Michael, why, Michael? Why? But yeah, that's about it. Memphis was great. Learned some stuff. Definitely was not expecting to see the top player in North America get DQ'd, even though it's been stated a lot that he cheated, but he's always been cheating, but still, like, I don't think anyone was prepared to actually see him get caught. Like, it was a big topic of the night. But next regionals up will be Collinsville. Looking forward to that. Home regionals. Yeti is running it. If you don't know Vince Kreckler, great guy. His family's super nice. Their store is super great. And they're actually going to be holding the Professor Cup, which I'm looking forward to. So if you haven't heard about that, if you are a professor of any type, I believe you just have to be like a stage 1 or a basic or above. You can get in. You can play. They have the professor's symposium to help you learn how to become a better judge. Definitely look into it. But thanks for listening. Let me know. Did you go to Memphis? What did you think of everything? What did you play in Memphis? Have a good one, guys. Bye.